There was a time when thinking felt useful. You can analyze a problem, come up with a plan, and move forward. But now something has changed. Now the more you think, the worse it feels. The more you try to figure things out, the heavier everything becomes. You keep circling the same thoughts, the same questions, the same mental loops. And instead of clarity, all you get is exhaustion. So you start wondering what's wrong with you. Why can't you solve this? Why can't you get your mind to land anywhere? Why does every answer feel temporary? And why does every attempt at understanding leave you feeling even more disconnected? Because at a certain point, thinking stops being a tool and starts becoming the wall. This is where a lot of people are right now. They're not lazy. They're not unaware. They're not refusing to face reality. They are just mentally overextended. They have been using thought for everything. To interpret life, to control emotions, to create certainty. And for a while, it seems like it works. Until it doesn't. Until you realize your mind has become a machine that never turns off. You're brushing your teeth, and you're thinking. You're driving, and you're thinking. You're trying to rest, and you're thinking. Even when you try to enjoy something, you're still thinking. Nothing is technically wrong. Your system is still searching for the next issue to solve. That is why peace feels so distant. Not because peace is gone, but because your attention has been trained to stay in constant mental motion. And constant mental motion can never feel like rest. So no, you're not broken. You're just reaching the limit of what thought can do. The reason thinking is no longer helping you is because what you need right now cannot be reached through more thought. That sounds strange at first, because most people are trained to believe that every problem can be solved by better thinking. But that is only true for practical problems. Thinking can help you compare options. It can help you remember facts. It can help you build systems, organize tasks, and communicate ideas. But when the problem is internal noise, when the problem is disconnection, when the problem is the feeling that something is off in your life, thinking often multiplies the problem instead of solving it. Because thought keeps turning living experience into mental content. It keeps pulling you away from what is actually here. And commentary is not clarity. Commentary is just distance. You do not need more interpretation. You need direct contact. This is why some of your clearest moments came when you stopped trying so hard. Maybe it happened after you finally gave up on forcing an answer. Maybe it happened while you were staring out of a window. Or maybe it happened while you were doing something simple enough that your mind briefly loosened its grip. And for a moment, there it was. Relief. Not because you figured life out, but because you were no longer standing between yourself and life with nonstop interpretation. That is the part people miss. Clarity is not always something you think your way into. Sometimes clarity appears when the mental interference drops. Sometimes what you are searching for is already present, but your mind is too loud to notice it. And that is why more thinking is not helping you anymore. Not because you're failing, but because you're trying to use the wrong instrument for the kind of truth that you need. And this is where the deeper recognition begins. Underneath the noise, underneath the commentary, underneath the constant inner narration, there is something that has never been confused. There is an awareness beneath all the trying. It does not panic the way the mind panics. It does not spin the way the mind spins. It does not need to force understanding in order to exist. It is already here before the next thought appears. That silent, aware presence is closer to what you are than the mind's endless activity ever was. This is what people overlook. They keep trying to think their way back to themselves. But what they actually are has never been missing. The monad is not another thought to discover. It is not a concept to perfect. It is not a belief system you mentally adopt. It is the undivided reality underneath the fragmentation thought creates. And you felt it before. In the stillness after the noise. In the pause before reaction. In the brief moments where you were just here without trying to become anything. The illusion is not that thinking exists. The illusion is that thinking must lead everything. That without constant analysis, you will fall apart. That without nonstop mental management, life will collapse. That the mind must stay in control at all times. But look closely. Has all that control actually brought peace? Has all that overanalysis brought you into deeper contact with life? Or has it made you more hesitant, more drained, more split from yourself? Because when thought becomes excessive, it starts creating false distance. Distance between you and this moment. Distance between you and your body. Distance between you and other people. Distance between you and the simple truth of being here. Then life starts to feel dull, heavy, or unreachable. Not because life disappeared, but because thought stepped in front of it. The mind is useful, but it is a terrible substitute for direct experience. So what does this look like in your real life? It looks like sitting with someone you care about, but not really being there because your mind is somewhere else. It looks like turning free time into stress because you immediately start wondering what you should be doing. It looks like being unable to enjoy a good moment because part of you is already scanning for what might go wrong. It looks like reading, watching, learning, searching, and consuming endless content, hoping the next piece of insight will finally settle something inside of you. It looks like emotional exhaustion that is not just emotional. It is mental overuse. And here is the practical shift. You don't need to attack thought. You don't need to force your mind into silence. You don't need to win against thinking. You just need to stop treating every thought like a command. Let thoughts come and go without immediately climbing inside of them. Return to what is direct. Your breath. Your body. The room you're in. The sounds that are around you. The fact that you are here before the next thought even forms. That is where the pressure starts to loosen. Because you are no longer feeding the loop with full belief. You are remembering that awareness exists before mental noise. Thinking is not helping you anymore because you have reached the edge of what thought can give. And that is not a failure. That is an invitation. An invitation to stop trying to mentally manufacture the kind of peace that can only be recognized directly. An invitation to stop mistaking constant thought for intelligence. To stop mistaking mental effort for progress. To stop mistaking inner noise for truth. You do not need to think your way back to what you are. You only need to notice what remains when the mind is no longer being worshipped as the only guide. And what remains is not emptiness. It's presence. It's awareness. It's the quiet reality that was here before the struggle even began. If this journey spoke to you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone ready to experience life beyond thought. Comment below. When do you notice thinking helps the least in your life? I read every comment. If you would like to support my work directly, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/magnumopus333. Or you can explore some original merchandise at my Teespring store online. The link is in the description below. Remember, your consciousness is the key that unlocks reality. Let's keep unlocking it together. Thank you for watching. Until next time.